Hey Flosstube, my name is Candace and I've been watching Flosstube for the past few months and I'm deciding to make a video just to tell you a bit about myself. I really don't know what to say. I started cross-stitching over 10 years ago, about 11 or 12 years ago, and I have 2 finishes total in that time. I started cross-stitching in college with my roommate, and I finished one project that year. I think it was 2003. I finished one project that year to give to my mom as a Mother's Day gift. I started a lot more projects that same year, and then I stopped. I didn't finish anything but that one Mother's Day gift, and they had been stored away until like February of this year. So stored away for about 12 years. And I just recently pulled them all out. Since February, I've been watching Flosstube and I started some new projects, but I am deciding to join your little YouTube community and show off some of my WIPS. I'm also going to show you my decade-old unfinished projects and what I'm currently working on, and just see where it goes. So, like I said, I started in college like 2003-ish, and this was my very first project. And it's been in a little cheap 8 by 8 by 10 frame for the past 10 years. Over 10 years, let's just stick with 10. And so it's like really stiff and whatnot. But it was a little fairy, and I got the pattern from my roommate, so I couldn't tell you what brand it was or anything. And we did color conversions for her skin tone. And these are my 2 nieces' names. The gift was supposed to be 2 fairies, each one with my niece's name. That never happened. Cross-stitching is slower than I thought it would be when I first started out. And so I only finished the one, and I put both of their names. And it was my first, so you can expect that the back looks horrible, but I'm going to show you because I think it's hilarious. Can you see this like 5-inch trailing thread? And I did back stitching on their name. I think I used all six strands for the back stitching. So this is like a whole DMC scheme unpulled apart. So that was the first one. It's okay. It's dingy and old and hard. I might reframe it because, like I said, I think the original frame came from the dollar store. Don't judge me. I was in school. So I'll probably reframe this just as a, it was my first. It's okay. And some other things I started back in that same time frame was, let's start with this one. I don't know what order they came in, but this one, it was a Dimensions kit called Siberian Snuggle, I think, and it was tiger, mama tiger in the middle, and then on both sides of her like face, she has 2 little cubs. So this has been sitting for over a decade, and sorry, this one, which had been sitting unfinished, but I have started working on this since I picked back up recently. So all these ridiculously long threads were my attempt at parking on this. When I originally started, I knew nothing about parking whatsoever. So when I picked it back up this year, I was like, oh, I'm going to park. And I did that for a few days. Actually, you can't tell at all, but I actually made some good progress on this. I haven't touched it in the last couple of months. Yeah. So I will pick back up on this because I really do like the image, and I don't have the paper with me. I'll show you what this looks like finished one day. I think it's by Leisure Arts. And then the last thing I started way back when was another Dimensions. I think it was Dimensions Gold Petite, like beautiful bird or something. It's a peacock. And I put a lot of work into this. I have not put one stitch in here since like 2003. And what happened was I got up into this area because I was really excited working on this a lot, and found out that I had miscounted somewhere, and to this day I don't know where I miscounted, but back then I got really frustrated, said I would put it down for a couple days, pick it back up, and figure out where I messed up and keep going. I never picked it back up. So now I do want to finish it just because it's over 50% done. So I do want to finish it, but I'm not going to look for that miscount anymore. I'm just going to start stitching, and it is what it is when I finish it. I've been watching so many videos. I don't know who said what anymore. And I'm really bad at names. I'm still learning all of your names. But somebody said finished is better than perfect. So I'm stealing that motto, and I'm going with it, and I'm going to finish this, and no one will know it's not perfect. So that's everything I started before. And the only one I have worked on is the little fairy one I showed you. So my recent starts, since I've been back into cross stitching and since I've discovered Flosstube, I guess I can tell you what made me get back into cross stitching. I had a coworker, and she collect ladybugs, and I was in Walmart one night, and I saw this little 97-cent ladybug cross stitch, and I was like, oh, I can do that in a day, and I'll finish it, and I'll give it to her. She'll love it. It didn't take me a day. It was literally like that big, and I had it for over a year. So no, I didn't work on it the whole year, but I had it, and I started it, and I put it down for probably 11 months. And when I picked it back up, it was only like another day and a half of stitching, not, a full day. 2 sit downs of stitching. And I finished that. So my second finish in 12 or 13 years. And it was a very small, there it is, little ladybug. Really, really small. Took me obscene amount of time to finish it, but I did, and I framed it, and it was cute, and I don't have it anymore. So what else have I started working on? I joined the Frosted Pumpkin Storytime Classics Stitch Along, or Mystery Stitch, and I've kind of been keeping up on that. I know it's the first day of May, and I'm not done with April yet, but I'm like 75% there, and that's because I decided to do some changes to the April pattern chart, and that was because of Coffee Stitcher. I found his blog, and I saw the alterations he had made to the chart, and I love them, and I didn't copy them exactly, but I did, kind of. So, he had put some French knots up by Emerald City to represent the poppies, and I did that. I think he changed the rainbow, but I changed my rainbow to make it a real Roy G. Biv rainbow. I think they only used 3 colors, and theirs is pretty, but I was like, ooh, I can customize it. I like customizing things. And I gave Dorothy some ruby red slippers. They're metallic red, so they sparkle. And Toto is black, only because of the color fabric I'm using. He was supposed to be gray. He was charted as gray. And my fabric's gray, so that was a complete washout. So he's black now. And the basket, I'm not done yet, but Coffee Stitcher backstitch the handle and the brim of the basket, and I'm going to do that. So thanks, Coffee Stitcher, for the inspiration to make some changes. I did make one change on the March chart. The pipe up top for Sherlock Holmes, it didn't have the little smoke coming out of it, and I did that. And I think that's what made me start looking and searching the internet to see what other people were changing. And I wish I started sooner, because somebody I saw on Flickr changed up February. Absolutely gorgeous. The garden was like full of French knot flowers. I was like, oh, I wish I had done that, but that's okay. Come up with my own ideas. And I have also been working on, one second, drawing a blank. Oh, for my mom, I started this, and the pattern came from an Etsy shop, and I don't think the girl like is a pattern designer. I think she just designed this and then listed it because people expressed interest, because she only had this one pattern, and it's called like Names of Jesus. And so far I have 10 stitched. There we go. So far I've stitched 10 of the names, and there's a whopping 84. Yeah, all unique, no repeats. 84 names. I've stitched 10. I think they look pretty good, and this is going to be for my mom one day. I've put this down for probably a couple weeks now. I got tired of the single strand back stitching, and I wanted a break. So the last name I did was Lion of Judah, and then I put it down. And the pattern does recommend colors to use, kind of for the same effect, like this whole rainbow effect thing. But I'm not following her colors. I'm just randomly picking colors that I like. And you can totally do that with this pattern. And they're all regular DMC cottons, except for the middle Jesus. That's a satin, a DMC satin. And there are going to be 74 more names circled all around Jesus. So it'll probably come down to about here and go up into some of this fabric. And I think Lion of Judah is the border to the outside. So all of this will be filled, and then all over here will be filled in. So it's going to be very busy and a lot, but I love the pattern when I saw it. And then I also started this project. Exciting, right? Yeah, I know. And I started, oh, and that was my first attempt at gridding and tent stitch. This is nothing to show, so yeah. Moving along. Also started this, which I'm really excited about, just in the last couple days. It's a little cat, and what's special about it, it looks exactly like my cat. And this came from a blog that somebody on Flosstube told me to go to for free patterns. Yes, told me personally to go to. Passion Broderie 77. I think I said that right. Maybe, maybe not. But it's a free chart, so I guess it's okay. But here it is. And that looks exactly like my cat named Chance, aka Fat Man. And this is just probably 3 days of stitching. I think I'm a little slow, but that's okay. If you can't tell, I like to start things, but I am going to finish things this time. And that's it. Those are my WIPs. Since all the new ones started since February the 7th, when I officially got back into stitching. And I guess that's it. I am contemplating joining the May-nia group. It's 9:20 p.m. May 1st. So I guess I should probably figure out if I'm going to do that or not. I still have a few hours where I could start a project. That's all that matters, right? It's if I do start, it's definitely not going to be the original 15 starts for the first 15 days. I don't know what it would be, but I'll figure out. I really want to work on this because it's just stitching up really fast, or really fast for me. And I only get about, I normally start stitching about now, and I stitch to midnight, so like 2 to 3 hours of stitching in a day. Less than that if I'm tired after work. So I may start. And if I do, I thought this pattern was fitting. It is the May Cottage by Country Cottage Needleworks, the cottage of the month. And I have all the threads and the specialty hand-dyed threads for it. So I might start this tonight and officially join May-nia. I was excited about that, but I wasn't too excited about the first 15 starts in 15 days. That would be starting just about everything I have. Well, not every pattern, but everything I have kitted up. And I didn't want to do that. I kind of like my stuff new. I don't know, quarter. I don't know. But I didn't want to start everything. I just don't want to open it. But I love this YouTube group. I love everybody whose videos I've been watching, blogs, Flickr accounts. I'm not on Instagram. I might do that. And I'm on Facebook, but I'm not on any cross-stitching things on Facebook. So I might do that too. But I love it and I hate it. I hate you all. Since May, I have learned about 1, 2, 3 stitch. My local needlework shop, I found one that's like 20 minutes away. I've learned about Mirabilia, Chatelaine, Jody Redesigns and her subscription box threads. Lots of cross stitching, magazine subscriptions. Yeah, just way too much, and I ain't got no more money. It's gone. So it's only been a few months, and I'm already just amassing these things, and they just keep coming, and they keep coming, and I've have things on order already, and hand-dyed fabrics, and yeah, I need to stop already. So I thank you, and I blame you, and I love you. And hopefully I will make more videos, and of course I'm gonna watch your guys' videos. So yeah, that's me. Somebody asked probably like a couple weeks ago if we had other hobbies. That's just one thing I remember from all the videos. And I do. I am a paper crafter. Haven't done it in a while, but I still have my paper crafting stash for card making and journal making, and not really so much scrapbooks, but like junk journals. I also crochet and knit, and I'm on Ravelry. I just started spinning with a drop spindle, so I'm really interested in that, but I kind of need somebody to show me the ropes because not going well teaching myself. And what else do I do? I'm a doll collector, BJDs and Blythes in particular. And I used to do carpentry, like small furniture, tables, jewelry boxes, a huge dollhouse that's right over there. Yeah, so I'm a crafter at heart. I like anything where I'm using my hands to create something. I have the world's most boring job, so I use my crafts and my hobbies as an outlet for all this creativity that's just stuck in here. So I think I've rambled enough. Hello everybody, just wanted to introduce myself, show you what I've been working on, what you guys have inspired me to do, and I hope to make more videos. So thanks, and I will see you next time. Bye.